Let us begin by understanding a recipe for a flagship phone these days. Got to have a beautiful symmetrical design protected by an IP68 rating. Good looking large AMOLED display, preferably with a high refresh rate. A Class A processor to run the show with 5G connectivity. Great battery life along with a fast charger to keep the battery life anxiety away. And to complete the package, a balanced camera setup. All of this put together currently goes for around $1,000 at minimum. But would you be satisfied if you could get around 80% of this package for just around $450? That is exactly where POCO F2 Pro lands for me. It has a beautiful display free of any notch or punch hole, a Snapdragon 865 processor with 5G connectivity, and a battery life that broke all records for me personally. Yes, it doesn't have wireless charging, but I never miss that as it comes with a 30-watt fast charger in the box, which refueled the phone's 4700 mAh battery in a little over an hour and lasted beyond a day on every single outing. I have been using this phone off and on since its launch, and I got to say that this has been a great experience, realizing that how close this phone is to other flagship category phones I usually use, and made me wonder whether it made sense to pay such kind of money for those flagship phones. Because if you look at POCO F2 Pro, it feels flagship in terms of a design with a complete combination of metal and glass, which has held really well for me so far. And in fact, I have really cherished using this phone for my media consumption, as the 6.67-inch 1080p AMOLED display on this thing is quite amazing, as it projects colors perfectly and everything looks really nice. And I would say that it's nice to use a flat display free of any notches, holes or curves, as it hides its front-facing camera in the best way possible through a pop-up mechanism that reveals itself with pretty amazing effects. It is definitely a head-turner feature for this phone. I just so wish that more flagship phones come out with this flat display and pop-up cameras, because this really gives us a true bezel-less phone feels. The pop-up mechanism has quite a flair to it and has these interesting sound effects and color LED options that you can use to make it an interesting party trick, like I did around my friends. The pop-up camera also has another brilliant feature, and that has a notification LED embedded right into it. Well, it is good to have, but the location of this LED makes it almost impossible to notice it most of the times. The uniqueness of this phone doesn't end there. It also has another feature that most of the other smartphones have almost given up now: a 3.5mm headphone jack. That will come handy if you need a true lossless audio or want to charge your phone while listening to music or playing games. And you also get an IR blaster to games. Well, that brings me to the phone's performance, and this department is something that this phone completely overachieved for its price point. It never let me down for any heavy duty task that I threw at it, be it a gaming session or doing some casual video editing for my social media needs. The phone kept performing at high standards that you would expect of a phone that runs on a Snapdragon 865. Everything was snappy, quick and fast without any hiccups, and overall experience was smooth in terms of performance. Now, POCO phone comes with MIUI 11. Personally, I am not the guy who says I like stock Android. In fact, I am all for custom OEM skins, as I feel they provide extra flavor on top of Android running beneath. While I was using this phone, I received the most awaited update from Xiaomi, the MIUI 12, that brought some interesting new changes to my POCO F2 Pro. It still runs on Android 10, but brought some interesting changes like these new interesting super wallpapers to new control center. And it also brought along a new animation engine that made the UI look very fluid and appealing compared to MIUI 11. MIUI 12 on POCO continues with nifty features you had on MIUI 11, like categorizing apps under different categories or clubbing them with the app icon color. This makes the overall experience very different compared to the other phones. All of this can be disabled, by the way. It also has an interesting calculator app that I used more than often, as it has inbuilt multiple measurement units that came in handy all the time. But I must say that MIUI, despite of having some interesting tricks, often gets overwhelming at times. For example, it comes with a huge amount of preloaded things, like these games which I never wanted on my phone. These shouldn't be deal breakers though, as good thing about Android is that you can always customize the experience to your liking. And with arrival of MIUI 12, the phone is expected to get way more smoother, except in one department, and that is the most important part of the flagship experience of 2020, which is the high refresh rate display. Poco F2 Pro comes with a 60Hz AMOLED display that also has a great performing in-screen fingerprint scanner and support an always-on display mode too. But it doesn't have a high refresh rate of 90 or 120Hz that current flagships carry. But hear me out. No other phone in this price range offers you a Snapdragon 865 processor. The recent outing from OnePlus, the Nord has 90Hz AMOLED panel, but then it cuts corners by putting a weaker processor in the OnePlus Nord. Therefore, it makes more sense to go with a Snapdragon 865 processor on a 60Hz AMOLED phone rather than going with a phone with weaker processor that has a 90Hz display. This is what I think. Maybe you think differently. What are your thoughts? Answer the poll here and tell me. I really have had fun with this phone, including its picture taking abilities that are pretty decent. A cool pop-out mechanism of selfie camera holds a 20 megapixel snapper. Yes, it battles a bit with overexposed scenarios, but overall you will have a decent selfies from this phone. And it also has those face enhancing modes which are known as beauty mode. Not sure if you are into all of that. I disabled them from the point go. Moving on to the main cameras at the back, you will be happy with the overall picture quality. Pictures look really sharp and detailed from its 64 megapixel main sensor, and I would say that it completely outshines the other lenses on this phone, which include a 13 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, a 5 megapixel macro sensor, and a 2 megapixel depth sensor to give you that depth of field for those bokeh behind your subjects. Unlike the other areas, Poco F2 Pro cannot go head-to-head with the flagship phones in the camera department. Having said that, pictures come out clean and crisp. Focusing is on point. Yes, color tones can be slightly better, I feel, but overall details look perfect, especially from the main 64 megapixel sensor. During the low light or night mode scenarios, cameras performed really well. It handled the light well, adjusted the noise decently. I mean, there is not a lot to complain from a phone that does so well at this price point considering the overall package it brings along. Personally, I've had a good run with this phone. It has been reliable with its performance, showed great endurance with its almost unbelievable battery life, and those small little tricks baked into MIUI are like the cherry on top. But nothing is perfect in this smartphone world, and so is the case with Poco F2 Pro. I wish it was a bit lighter to carry as it feels a tad bit heavier at 220 grams. That makes it challenging to hold. And Xiaomi can tone down the MIUI a little bit, especially by reducing the number of pre-installed apps, as it will only build more confidence in its target customer base. Having said that, I think it's a brilliant package at $450 that brings top-class performance with 5G connectivity, pretty decent camera, a great battery life, and a beautiful display in a very well-rounded structure built out of premium materials. I will definitely recommend this phone. What are your thoughts on Poco F2 Pro? Let me know in the comments below. And do subscribe if you want to watch more of my content. Thank you for watching, guys. Cheers.